Every witness with us today is either someone who interacts directly with home funding or someone who represents an organization whose membership interacts directly with home funds. So I'm going to direct the next 3 questions to each of our 4 witnesses. I'm short on time, so I'd appreciate it if you would be concise with your answers. The first question is, due to the environmental review requirements in the home program, do these requirements increase the cost of housing construction? Give me a yes or no, and then briefly explain why. Ms. George?
Thank you, Chair Flood. The quick answer is yes. It's yes because of the uncertainty of the number of times at this moment that an environmental review might be required. So there are many different triggers, and so limiting the environmental review to 1 per project is critical.
Mr. Oberdorfer?
Yes, thank you for that question, Mr. Chairman. I would agree. It does increase both time and cost. I think to Mrs. George's point, what's really important is making sure that there is just 1 environmental review process throughout. Otherwise, it can lead to delays, which then will lead to increased costs and challenges with finishing the development.
Mrs. Woodward-Potts?
Yes. It increases the cost for new home ownership by several $1,000s, but then also with our home repair programs, for instance, we have an elderly couple now who are without heating and air conditioning. We're trying to replace their HVAC unit, but we can't do that until we get an environmental review done, just to replace an HVAC unit.
And how hot is it right now in Alabama?
I don't want to say anything ugly.
All right,
very warm.
We'll say
warmer
a prayer
than
for them.
here.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. Ms. Bohe?
Yes, Chairman, it does increase the cost and time to construct. As other folks have articulated, there's a duplicative nature to a number of these regulations currently in the statute. It adds cost and administrative burden.
Okay, next round of questions, back to Ms. George. Do Davis-Bacon requirements increase the cost of housing construction using home dollars? Again, yes or no, and a very brief why.
Quick answer is yes. And the reasoning is I would like to focus on the rural areas of our state where we don't see the consistency. And oftentimes with states, states have their own requirements for wages. And so there's conflicting requirements. And then that also drives up the administrative burden in reviewing both state and federal requirements.
Mr. Oberdorfer?
Yes. Davis-Bacon comes with a significant amount of administrative requirements that are attached to it. What can be especially difficult is in smaller rural communities, local contractors or developers may not be willing to meet Davis-Bacon requirements for a variety of reasons, meaning that grantees using home funds need to go further afield to get contractors or developers, which then adds additional costs as well.
Mrs. Woodward-Potts?
Yes, and part of the problem is that even in a community our size, we have 220,000 people living in our county, we have trouble getting people to bid at all for electricians, plumbers, things like this, and it's even more difficult to find them if they have to comply with Davis-Bacon. Most of these people are small businesses. It's maybe an electrician with 1 helper and a bookkeeper, and so trying to do all of the Davis-Bacon requirements when you're a really small business is very difficult, and we like to support our small businesses.
Sure. Ms. Bohe?
Mr. Chairman, yes, we certainly are stalwart supports of our friends in labor and are committed to paying prevailing wage in the trades in both high-cost and rural areas. However, as a national organization, we found that the application of that particular statute has really different impacts in different states and is, for us, we've seen particularly challenging in these high-cost areas where communities are already rent-burdened.
Thank you to each of you. I have more of those kinds of questions, but my time is limited. But let's just observe what we just saw. We have Democrat and Republican witnesses get asked the same questions with mostly the same answers. This is one of those unique issues in America where we are on the right side because everybody up here wants to see more affordable housing. I bet we could do this with the Section 3 requirements. We could do the same thing with some of the other issues relating to BABA. But with that, my time is up, so I'm going to recognize the ranking member for his opportunity to question you all for